Thank you, Fabrice and Antoine, for taking us along the journey of Plume. We now carry on with Designworks. Designworks is a design innovation studio for the BMW Group operating worldwide with studios in Los Angeles, Shanghai, and Munich. By working with clients from a wide range of industries, Designworks inspires the BMW Group with external perspectives and creative impulses. I'm really delighted to have Martina Starke, Studio Director Munich, on stage today. She's leading an international, multidisciplinary, vibrant team of creative strategists and consultants. She's responsible for design vision and day-to-day operations of Designworks European studio. Before, she was responsible of design projects in interior and exterior at the BMW Group. She was in charge of the BMW brand vision and brand design. Today, she will be talking about the architects of future, time to move better. Martina, the stage is yours.
Hello and a very warm welcome also from my side. I'm Martina Starke, I'm the director of Designworks Munich. Designworks is an independent unit of BMW and we are a studio acting worldwide. We have a studio in Los Angeles, in Munich and in Shanghai. What we provide and what we design is mobility and beyond mobility. And I start my impact speech with a short film.
We create beautiful things. That's a given, not a goal. We design systems that spark better communication, that lead to smarter cities with clean air, better offices, and new ways to get there. We are the architects of future. To enter tomorrow, we have to go beyond what's possible today. We have to push the boundaries of our imagination. That's how we impact and improve the world we live in. We design confidence, touching the hearts and minds of as many people as possible. Every day, we stride forward, further into the great unknown. We create visions that have the power to make our lives better, beyond beautiful.
Yes, like I told you, we as an agency, we are working for a lot of projects worldwide, for different companies and for different industries. And we are always thinking how we can build a better future. The good thing I can tell you, design loves change. So, as we know, change is the only constant. We have a lot to do, a lot of things we can create and we can make better. So we have different point of views and different ways we are doing that, and I will present you some of our projects and what we did. So I start first with the vision we created this year for the CES 2022. It was the dimension of real. What was new? It was a complete digital car. And it was a car where the people could enter a space and they can be not the observer, but they can be the co-creator. The people could push the boundaries, they could push the limits, and they could push the product. Last year, we showed an interaction ease. It was an interior space we created. And it was all about what are you doing in this space, especially when you're thinking in the future, like when you're autonomous driving. And what we did was really that you can explore this space. We had a head-up display in the front. We had the possibility to relax in a zero-gravity seat. And you had the possibility really to experience the whole space. And experience is one of those words we hear now everywhere. And experience, what is necessary for that as well? It needs intelligent interaction. And it needs special materials. So for that, we are developing materials like textile, woods, and everything. And we speak about not only smart materials, it's about shy-tech. It's about technology which comes to you when you use it and when you need it. And so it's a little bit more hidden. And this is something which is very important for us also to design the new form language. And the second thing is, and much more important, I think nowadays, is about sustainability. We are thinking about this now for decades, so already when we designed cars 10 or 12 years before, but I think now it's about really to thinking in this circular way. We as a company, we bring our knowledge we have from like air design, air mobility, or also from train design, boat design into our company. And we also bring these new ideas of what kind of new materials can you have. But all is about really, it's about the materials which you use, and it's about recyclable materials and reusable materials. We need to think in cycles for the future because we have this big lack of resources. And how will the future look like in 5, 10, or 15 years? I told you at the beginning, the good thing is design loves change. I say you a second thing, design loves complexity. So for designers, it's easy to deal with uncertainty and to think in scenarios, because today we don't have only the one solution. And to think in these scenarios, like I mentioned, we have the possibility to work we have the possibility to work in different cities. So we have the studio in Los Angeles, the studio in Munich, and the studio in Shanghai. And what we know, or you also know from cities, they're different. They have different inhabitants, they have different infrastructure, different income. So you always have to look what is needed for the special city and how can you find the right solution for it. And so there is not only one way or one solution. And a city is a thing we are thinking in our company quite often. And what we did, for example, for our mother company, we created pictures about different cities. This is Munich. We also created this for Los Angeles or Beijing. These are pictures where we visualized mobility. And these are a possibility to start the dialogue with the people in the company. To start, because if we only write words or speaking, often we don't come to an answer. And there you can really think about, what is going on in this city? What do you really need? And it's different if you stay in a city like Munich or in this really big city, Shanghai, where you have a lot of more technology issues than we have on our side. So coming from cars and mobility at the beginning, now to cities, we are also speaking to architectures. And for example, we have a project we are doing, now it's a collaboration with Gensler. It's an architecture office worldwide. They are creating really great things, and we brought together the people and the designers from their side, from the architecture side and from the mobility side. Because there's a question, what is with the space between car and architecture? What is with the space you don't use every day? But it's often we have more possibilities. So they started to sketch, they started to build up scenarios, and they thought about what is about parking lots, what is about how we live together in the future. And bring you one picture. We call it Blurry Home. It's something when you have the possibility to have flexible walls, when you have the possibility to change into your individual. And this is something where we are ongoing working with, and it's really about the space. Because when you know today 55% of the population of the world are living in cities, but 2050 there will be more than 70%. So it's a given that there will be a change, and then that we have this topic: how much space do we have for all people? How much space do we have or need for mobility? Perhaps we have to give some space back to the people to live and not to move. And so this is, I think, very important, because you have to think in advance. You can't think it from now to next year. And coming from cities and coming from the space, I will show you one project we did for a company called Landscape Forms. We created for them last year new outdoor furniture. And it is about the space between architecture and cars. It's about places you have in cities. It's about places, how you can use them to come together. And so we created these benches and lighting, and also the possibilities to bring them in a different way together and to create new spaces. Here you can see how the team was working. I think it's very important that you have this prototyping as well. It's about, you can have an experience digital, and you also can have all CAS data and everything, and to see how it looks like. But it's always good to experience yourself how you can use it. And this was, I think, also is always a part of our design process, what we have. When we start with the idea, but then also to come to prototyping before you bring it and to realize it. And now it's this project is finished, and it's a really great project. And here, I like this picture very much. Why? In this picture, we arranged these benches in a different way. It's like these fireplaces. It's like when people come together 100 and 1,000 years ago. So when tribes meet, when people meet, to talk about things, to get into a dialogue. And I think what's very important for us as designers is to think about how is the human behavior? How is the human behavior also changing? And this human behavior is also something about how we interact with each other. And therefore, we always need to work together with different disciplines and to work in a collaborative way. So I finished my speech with the last slide about creative collaboration drives our positive future. You see on the left side 2 pictures we did when we had a photo shooting some weeks ago in our studio. And we have 3 floors. On the ground floor, we could open the 2 doors, and then the designers started to ride with their bicycles through the studio or with their skateboards. And it's all about they are part of this community. And you see this gold medal. You know, we had this European Championship at Munich 2 weeks ago. And therefore, we had the honor to design this medal. And what we experienced in Munich 2 and 3 weeks ago was a great feeling, an emotional feeling when the people come back together, celebrating sport, celebrating the athletes, celebrating and having fun and be together. So I want to finish my speech that we want to create spaces in the digital and in the physical world, in the unreal and the real, and to bring this together to build a better future. Thank you.